This is it, gentlemen. We are finally here. Tomorrow is a big day. We'll finally figure out if we all will just become broke losers, or if we are going to Valhalla and wave 3 of the market will actually start next week. It's gonna be a short video. I want to just focus on the most important things. I will provide you with my outline that I see on the market currently, projections for tomorrow and the next week as well, and what you should expect and how you should or may essentially act from your end, and what I am doing myself. Maybe I'm de-risking heavily at this stage, right? Without further ado, let's actually start. What interests us the most is the price action on Bitcoin at this stage. And we see that from the recent highs, we pretty much had a 3% correction at this stage. We also can see that we had a very nice bounce from this level, from this line of 10x leverage liquidation longs for Bitcoin. This is exactly something I was expecting in order for the market structure to continue to be healthy. In order for the market structure to continue to be healthy, for us to stay in the bull market and move forward with confidence. We had a 9% bounce from the lows, from this largest liquidation event since FTX and the second largest in the whole history of crypto markets. Honestly, I was actually expecting a lower bounce from these levels, which would put us in a bit of a bad spot. Currently, all looks great. I will tell you what I do expect moving further and into the next week, into the current week, into the Monday already. They have this thing on the stock market as well, that on Monday, they are usually performing the action that is in direct decorrelation with the action, with the price action of the market that will be happening in the whole week. As mentioned, what I do expect from the market is additional volatility on Monday. A lot of people are scared, a lot of people are entering shorts already. They're expecting the continuation of the downwards movement, right? And a lot of people actually exited their positions as well. That's why if they will be reversing the market currently, this move should be very quick to make sure that people will trim their backs. What I do expect currently is that we might have a bit of chop, probably it will be downwards chop. I expect downwards volatility on Monday as well. I expect people to start talking about dump, start to feel these bad emotions as well, start to feel a bunch of fear about the leverage loan positions if they have any, and essentially switch short. But I do not expect us to go below these liquidation lines. Like if we are going here, if we are going below, that's very bad. It's very bad for the market structure. It's very unhealthy, and I will share the tweet from Bob Lucas as well. Right after Monday, or even through Monday as well, right after this dump, I would be expecting a severe reversal of the market for Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. And as mentioned, I think it should be happening quick, just to make sure that people won't be able to switch. They will still continue to mid curve like, oh, probably nothing is happening. It's probably just a fake out. I will be staying in my shorts and things like that. So I think what's happening here is that they essentially allowing people to enter shorts, and they allowing people to see positive, profitable P&Ls for the ones who are entering shorts. If we see Bitcoin at $50,000 and Ethereum at 2,500 in the next months or two, I'm selling all of my stonks to go max long. A response from Bob Lucas. In theory, if we bounce hard off this level, any move below these recent lows is a very bad sign. And you might say that we actually bounce hard from the level. So I honestly agree with the opinion of Bob Lucas, and it's quite hard, to be honest, to not agree with the opinion of Bob Lucas, right? If we will be showing new lows on the upcoming movement, that would be just very unhealthy. That would be just crazy. It would show that there is no demand on the marketplace. The people are ready to sell or sold already. They took profits and nothing is happening. And yeah, then probably it will be a very bad scenario. That's why I'm saying that tomorrow is a very important day. Like, it's one of the most important days through the whole market pretty much. And a lot of people have de-risked already. Like Ansem, the guy who was pushing Solana, he's out in cash. I think he cashed out $18 million out of most of his holdings, out of most of his meme coins as well at this stage. Personally, me, I am just holding because I believe in my scenario. I will be holding through the tomorrow's price action, and I would be expecting a quick reversal right after that, pretty much based on the things that I shared with you already. But I do think tomorrow It's a very, very important and interesting day for the market. Some things you might do if you essentially stay in leverage loans currently is to de-risk some of them and maybe close some of them and add some margin into the others. You will decrease the position for your longs, but at the same time, you will essentially have lower chance of liquidation tomorrow. Again, personally, I do not expect us to create new lows on the charts. Therefore, if you are entering longs with your liquidation points closer to these lows, you should be alright. Even if somewhere here, you should be alright as well, because I do not expect us to go that low at this stage. And we definitely see negative price action here. This is exactly something I was talking about. Let's see how it will be ending up closer to Monday. No matter the size of your portfolio, during a bull run, it should look something like this: 25% Bitcoin, 20% Ethereum, 10% high caps, 5% low caps, the 10% USDT for trading, 30% stables for a rainy day. Rotate gains to increase position size or de-risk into stables. Repeat. And the reason I'm showing you this is not because of this sentence, is because of these time estimates that we pretty much have for the market. And as mentioned in one of my previous videos, I do think a time estimate actually matter a lot. Because what are they sharing? In essence, they are sharing the cycle of human psychology. This is like one of the reasons we also have cycles, because this global liquidity, it's also tied up to how things are essentially changing and how the economy is responding to certain things that are being changed in the markets, right? But it's also about human psychology, 100%. That's one of the reasons why these cycles are 4 years long. And speaking about this, I disagree 100%. I think you might be doing something like that if you are in a capital preservation mode, and probably for 99% of people, like 95% of people, this would be just the best choice, because otherwise a lot of people will just be losing a lot of money. My strategy of choice are concentrated bets on the things that I have conviction on, and ideally I know more information that the market does not know at this stage, right? Rotation, that's something that might actually trim your backs, and usually for a lot of people this is just trimming your backs. I think the only rotations that you might perform is to sell the bags that underperform and rotate into bags into positions that are doing well. I think this is one of the type of the rotation that should be performed on this market. Is this real? We hold around 90% of total supply now, and here is our plan. We will slowly rise and rise, then we will boom, screen cap this. And here are the prices for BTC previously: July 2024, 53.5, September 2024, 105 and 400 bucks, right? This will be a 5.7 trillion market cap. The dominance of BTC will only be 40 to 47%. Obviously, this thing is easily edited, right? So it's probably not something that came out in 18s, like in 2018, right? Because like I did not see proofs that this thing actually showed itself before the recent dump, right? But it's still kind of interesting to speculate on these things, and following like my scenario that I have in my head, this decorrelation between crypto and stock market should be ending, and should be ending quite soon, because they're literally just holding the ball underwater, and you can only hold it for so much time. That is a bullish divergence. Something I was also sharing in previous video, that we have a bullish divergence on BTC with RSI at this stage. This is like a very, very simple comparison and metric that you would see in all of the basic courses, right? But it definitely has its sense, because all genius things, they're simple by themselves. I see a lot of people taking profits here thinking they will buy back lower. Would be funny if. That's definitely the situation. And someone like Ansem doing things like that as well, because he's kind of this idol figure for a lot of guys on Solana, younger guys. This is a very, very interesting narrative. And it's definitely worse of counter trading to a certain extent, right? That's something I'm essentially doing from my end, but I was not even planning to counter trade it initially. I was just planning to hold, and the guys are taking profits, they're leaving, they're probably entering shorts. One more important thing that I actually forgot to say about the market. The confirmation of the scenario that I'm talking about would be heavy negative funding rates on Monday through the dump. Like, we should be seeing people entering shorts. Currently, it's still like half green. I would say like 25% of this is red. But even green, you can see that funding is very, very low. So if people are longing, they're not longing much, which is a very, very important part as well. People should be staying in shorts. People should be convinced that we're going down. And manipulators should actually give this taste of money, taste of profits to the ones who are entering shorts. They should show them, right, you did the nice thing. We dumped 3 times already, we liquidated so many people. Obviously, we will be dumping moving further. Open up shorts, you will be making profits, you'll be making 5, 10, 20%. And they'll just surge the whole thing up. Ethereum has lost 60 billion in market cap since Mt. started selling 9 billion worth of Bitcoin. This shows you the significance and power Bitcoin has over the entire market. If Bitcoin fails, everything else fails. She obviously does not know what she's talking about. I'm just sharing it just as an example. It's quite interesting, right? And as mentioned in the previous videos, I'm quite sure that there were rumors that like not a lot of selling actually happened. And I think we just received the news, like a piece of news today, that German government actually bought back some of the Bitcoin. So something I told you day one is actually happening. I told you this is a fucking manipulation. Something that I was showing in the previous video as well. If you would ask people who actually believed the manipulation and out of fear they took profits or they sold, you won't find a lot of people like that, because I don't think that a lot of people actually did that. We honestly have mostly like experienced market participants at this stage. We don't have a lot of retail, right, currently, because we are in downward chop for 4 months already, right? They just create this negative sentiment and they just dump themselves, and then Germany did not sell everything, or they bought everything back already. Germany specifically decides to sell on the US holiday to make sure that there is no buying pressure and no liquidity in the market. MTGOX is not doing nothing as well. Man, it's just so... If you thought 9/11 was bad, just wait for the stage align invasion. This is something interesting. Like, it does not connect heavily to our topics, but from other point of view, it kind of does, because we have to understand that this is a highly manipulative space. There are a bunch of discussions out there that governments, mostly US government in the first place, they might stage certain alien attack in order to actually be able to start spend hundreds of billions of dollars for space programs, space weapons and things like that. So it would be just another way to wash money, to just steal money, all right? And they would stage alien attack because of it. I'm thinking more and more on this, because there were definitely things with them showing certain footages that and saying like, we don't know what is it. So at a certain point of time, I do think they were preparing the public heavily on uncovering something like this and staging something like this as well. I think that they just declined because of the current issues that they had to solve, right? But maybe if the political situation would be a bit better in terms of like current president being able to run the second term and things like that, it's just something very, very interesting. I still don't understand why Sol would be so strong right here. Maybe I am a boomer, but isn't Ethereum the one with the ETF next week? Who the fuck is buying this stuff? Scalability and tension, everything is happening on Sol this cycle. I think that this is a psyop. Like, when everyone is speaking and screaming like everything is Sol is so great, I start to think more and more that like largest figures, public figures, they might be bought from essentially sharing a certain opinion on the followers and influence the market this way. And I honestly see that currently Ethereum is being suppressed heavily, and I think that Solana is being pumped artificially at this stage to show the strengths of Solana through this dump, so people won't be buying or longing Ethereum 1 week before the start of the Ethereum ETF trading, right? And it's such a nice psyop. I do think that manipulator is just laughing himself like somewhere, like from stupidity of this market. He just bought a couple of opinions. He just created this meme degeneracy in the market, and that's pretty much it. That's just crazy. Last thing I wanted to share, pump.fun, a website that did like $50 million in revenue in a very, very short period of time, pretty much just providing Solana Degens an option to launch Solana meme coins right away. They shared this tweet 16 hours ago. And that's a wrap, folks. Thanks for joining us for this bull market. We had great fun and we hope you did too. To save on costs, pump.fun will shut down at 00 UTC until market conditions improve. Make sure to set your alarms for 18 months. We hope to see you then. A very interesting thing, because Ansem is publicly saying things like that, pump.fun as well. It's almost like it's like a coordinated psyop to push people to sell, to exit, to de-risk, and it's very, very interesting. I'm just combining the things here, right? We just need to leave a couple more days to figure out if this is all a psyop and what will actually be happening on this market. As mentioned, I provide you with my outline already, and I'm essentially acting according to my outline as well. Thank you very much for watching this video. I will be seeing you tomorrow. Tomorrow is a big day.